It actually came to me through a TikTok video. I was struggling with the loss of my father and grieving. It was during COVID, so we weren't able to have a service for him, and it just felt like I hadn't honored him in a way that he should have been honored. So then I discovered a video that said, if you don't want to cry today, don't look up a wind phone, which led me down the rabbit hole, and I did look up a wind phone, and that's how we got to building the wind phone to honor my father. He would always be over there to assist, to help, attends ballet performances, sporting events, birthdays, anytime, grandkids needed anything, he was there. He was known as Pop-Pop. The material came from actually my father's wood shop. It was leftover shingles that he had behind and some reclaimed wood. So it was built, with the materials that came from the shop. The phone itself came from a rummage sale, and the plaque I had sent out to be made. I ordered that online.
I just can't think of anything better than the wind phone. It's difficult even after COVID. People are losing loved ones, whether it's to drugs, automobile accidents, and words were never able to be said because of sudden deaths. And this gives them the opportunity. It's helped all of us as a family immensely to be able to do something to honor husband, father, grandfather, and I can't say how much I appreciate what my son has done to honor his father.
I received a knock on the door, and it was New Jersey State Park Police. He provided me some contact information, told me that I would most likely have to remove it, but to reach out to a couple people in the state to see if it could remain. He thought it was, very beautiful, very well done. The messages started just pouring in, Facebook, text messages, people offering help, people upset, people wanting contact information for people in the state. The response was just absolutely overwhelming. At that point, there was some conversation. We had a neighbor that offered the backside of his fence that was along the rail trail where the phone, could go if it didn't have a home. And then in the meantime, my mother reached out to Brad, the mayor of Frenchtown, to see if we could find a spot in a local park.
Well, I'm so thankful, grateful to the community, to Brad Meyer, the council for approving this, because it's going to help so many. A woman, I was out working in my garden, came down the alleyway looking for the wind phone. Of course, it hadn't been relocated at that time. And she had lost her son, and even though it was 3 years later, she was still grieving. She said after her son had passed, she took a walk, and the ground was littered with all these white feathers, and she was carrying a white feather with her. And we talked extensively, and she gave me one of the white feathers, which I now put by the wind phone. So hopefully her name is Karen, that she knows it's been installed, and she'll come back and visit Frenchtown and use the wind phone.
When you lose someone close, the initial shock and initial grief comes from knowing that you just can't pick up the phone and call them anymore. That the voice just isn't there. I know I struggled with it. I know I found myself reaching in my pocket to grab my phone because I wanted to call my father, and I couldn't. So I think there's a lot of things that weren't said that, people that didn't say that they wish they could have said, and it gives them an opportunity to now say it. I would just tell my father I love him. I miss him. I know he's with me every day.